Go hang out with your bearded freak friends. I don't care. You want to hang out with guys that look like the shoe bomber? It's all on you, man.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and the beautifully bearded, soon-to-be bushless Mike Crawford. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm good. Happy Juneteenth? Question mark? Do you say we're recording on the 20th, but do you say Happy Juneteenth?
On Juneteenth, which was yesterday, today is just a holiday.
But I honestly, dude, I didn't text you because I'm like, I don't even know. Do you say Happy Juneteenth? That seems like
I wasn't expecting a text. Either.
I know, but that okay. So help me be the.
I mean, it's a new holiday to us all, so I don't know the proper etiquette.
There's just so many things that's so weird about Juneteenth. So all right, let me be the ignorant sounding board for the nation here. Like, okay, first of all, Juneteenth, we're celebrating the day that the last people found out that they were free, like 200 years after like slaves were freed or something. Like, why are we celebrating the fact that it's like the white man still was keeping shit over on people? Like, why is that what we're celebrating? I know that's not what we're celebrating.
That's kind of what we're celebrating.
I know, but it is kind of like a halfway backhanded holiday. Another reason why not everybody gets it off, like Memorial Day and Labor Day. Like, why is it if you feel like it, give people the day off? Like, come on, what's up with it?
I mean, it's technically a federal holiday, so if your job don't give you the day off, that's on your job. Choosing not to acknowledge the holiday. With that being said, it is technically kind of what you said. I mean, clearly, it should be its own holiday because it is a separate day of freedom. So, but they waited 200 years to do it in the midst of everything else that was going on in the world at the time. So it was a whole bunch of just throw our people a bone type of situation, which is, I mean, you take it with a grain of salt, but you enjoy the day, pay a day off.
Fair enough. That's like I remember Flava Flav, like Cat Williams went into his dressing room when they were doing the roast of Flava Flav. He's like, man, they got us out here calling you like the worst things of all time. He's like, what? Why are you letting them do that? He's like, because I'm getting paid. I was like, okay, take what you can get while you can, I guess.
You take the paid day off, but you don't look at it as, oh, the government has done some great thing for the black community. Like, we're not going to do that.
It's a backhanded compliment, is what it is.
I guess after this many years, you're kind of like, we'll take whatever. No 40 acres and a mule, but here you go, a holiday.
Dude, 40 acres and a mule with interest? Oof. That's a lot.
Be a lot of rich black folk out here.
All right, so happy Juneteenth on the day, I guess then, but not worthy of a text greeting to all of your black friends. Like, all right, so like here's an example. My sister was a captain in the Air Force. Thank you for your service and everybody who served. She did not die in the service. So, but I still text her on Memorial Day because she was like willing to give her life. So it's like, hey, happy Memorial Day, like you served. And she always texts me back like, but I didn't die. So is that like texting your black friend on Happy Juneteenth? Like Happy Juneteenth is like, well, okay.
I mean, I guess you technically could. It's just like saying Happy 4th of July. If you text your friends on 4th of July, then you can text them. I mean, everybody can celebrate Juneteenth, so you.
Yeah, see, but the problem is rednecks do text each other Happy 4th of July.
So shit. I text my friends Happy 4th of July all these years, but we didn't text. Only one person said Happy Juneteenth. Everybody didn't say that shit.
You text your friends Happy 4th of July?
text your friends any holiday. Like,
You text your friends Happy Labor Day?
No.
Did you text your friends for this past Flag Day?
The flag is not a real holiday.
It's it's on the calendar.
And it might not be every year 4th of July, but if it's on 4th of July, you might be
4th of July is every year. It's in the date.
Yeah, but you might not text it every year. Happy 4th of July.
I see. I get it. Oh, okay.
You about to link up and be like, oh, what we doing for 4th of July type of not, oh, happy 4th of July.
Yeah.
Happy Independence Day.
Got
That's
you.
corny. You know what I mean?
Happy 4th. Yeah, I see. If you've been in close contact with them or you possibly partying with them. All right. I get your holiday mumbo jumbo.
One of my friends. I don't know, man. Some of these holidays ain't worth a happy, like the reaching out period. Like 4th of July or Juneteenth. Like Juneteenth is a new holiday, so people probably do it and probably post Happy Juneteenth on their social media. They probably ain't texting their friends that. But like, only thing you should Happy New Year and Merry Christmas is pretty much it. Like the rest of these holidays and Easter.
Thanksgiving.
Oh,
see, but that one. But you're supposed to be thankful on Thanksgiving, so that's why you give that one out.
Yeah, but you can say that at the dinner when you eat. Like you can tell everybody Happy Thanksgiving in person, but I don't know. I mean, I guess you could text Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but if you can't be in person.
So Thanksgiving.
What about St. Patrick's Day? Everybody texts everybody's Happy St. Patrick's Day for no good reason. Nobody gives a fuck about St. Patrick's Day.
Nobody I know texts Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You text me Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Because you're Irish, man.
That's my Juneteenth.
Exactly.
So it's only when it's apropos. It's only when it's apropos.
Yeah, because I don't say that to my other friends who are not Irish.
Had we been talking yesterday back and forth and I say, hey, by the way, happy Juneteenth, that would have been appropriate. But since we weren't really chatting or seeing each other, it's like, yeah, there's no point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like, oh, yo, somebody ain't text me happy Juneteenth. I'm going to be
Are we less friends now because I didn't say happy Juneteenth?
Yes, brother. Yes.
All right, just making sure.
I am.
Well, hopefully we can mend our bridges and rebuild our fences. By the time
when I don't text you happy St. Patrick's Day, don't be upset, buddy.
No, that's okay. I'll know you're just getting back to me, you vengeful fuck. We're gonna hit the road. The family's gonna hit the road, brother. Not really hit the road. We're gonna fly in an airplane machine.
That's not on the road. That's in the air.
Yeah, so we're headed to the east.
Oh no, you start off on the road though, so technically.
Yeah. We're flying to the East Coast as a family. It's going to be the first time the 3-year-old's been on a plane.
That should be fun.
Yeah, they'll be all right. We've got 2 layovers on the way over there. Not layovers, but stops on the way. So that'll be
2 stops?
2 stops. They added one after we already booked our flight.
Yeah, because so many flights are getting canceled, bro. It's ridiculous out here.
Yeah, so we'll do whatever we got to do.
The price of gas.
But hey, so
all of this is because of the price of gas, and you better have a backup plan because they've been canceling a lot of flights.
Our backup plan is we don't go. This was just
no, because I know my boys, you know what I'm saying, had some flights canceled and stuff, like, because pilots aren't, because of the price of tickets, there aren't as many flights because people aren't booking flights because tickets are too high because of gas, and because of the loss of people booking tickets, they're losing money clearly to pay the pilots, which is causing issues, bro. Issues on issues. So a lot of flights and shit are getting canceled. And it's across all airlines, for real, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be all right. I mean, it's a vacation. It's not like we're doing any, we have people we're going to see, hopefully you included, but at the same time, it's one of those things where if it doesn't work out, it's not like we're going for an appointment. We're not taking our kids to college or, whatever, going to see a game or anything like that. Like we're going just to hang.
It's my man Man's first time I'm playing. That's gonna be, whenever it happens, it's gonna be a milestone moment.
It'll be tomorrow. Don't worry about it. It'll be tomorrow. That's why we're recording early this week. So give me Give me a little buffer. Give me some heads ups. What's the East Coast weather like these days? What am I in for?
Oh, where you're going is way different weather than where I'm at.
I
So
heard it just got humid, like
I can't
last
tell you.
freaking week.
Yeah, it gets humid, really humid down south, especially in Georgia, and the weather can change. Like it can go from humid and hot to rain, and like you know what I'm saying. Like they have those type of weather drastic weather changes and shit down there.
All right, so
I'm not familiar with the area.
what are your tips and tricks for being hot and humid? What do I got to do?
There's no stay in the house. There's no tips or tricks for being
You don't
hot
do
and
like
humid.
baby powder on the balls or anything?
No. I stay in the house, or I don't wear underwear. One or the other.
Okay, so you do have a tip, trick, whatever.
Yeah, because
Don't
I
wear
have to. I
underwear.
mean,
That's one.
it can be humid up here, and because it gets humid here too. Nothing like down there, but
Yeah.
it does get humid here. And that's why I just ain't wearing underwear that day, bro. But I ain't got no choice. I can't just stay at the house. I gotta go to work and live my life and do jobs and go see people, family, and like life goes on for me. So
Well, we're
you
going to
just
be
here on
doing
vacation,
stuff.
so
We're
you
not
can
going to be
kinda
staying inside.
chill.
We're on vacation. We're going to be doing stuff. We're going to go like on a fishing boat, I think, when we get there.
You're gonna be doing stuff, but you don't like you just said it's not for an appointment or anything. You ain't have to do anything. So if it gets too hot,
I do
you're
have
not
to
used to
do
like
it. My wife
you're
has
not
scheduled activities.
you're not used to like bugs and stuff. Oh, this is gonna
I
be very
fucking
interesting.
hate bugs. The last time I was in Georgia, the only other time I was in Georgia, was for the people we're going to see. It was for their wedding prior to them having children, which they now have 3, which will be exciting.
Did you go back with
But
all those
they
red
were
marks
doing
on
a
your arm?
crawfish boil or an old fashioned boil, and so we had to peel the shrimp though, and it was for a wedding, so they were like just giant things of shrimp, and we're just peeling the shrimp, and I'm just getting eaten alive by bugs. Because it was like we were helping prep. It was a backyard wedding, so it was me and her brother. Everybody else is getting ready, and we're just sitting there just peeling pounds and pounds and pounds of shrimp, just getting eaten alive on our arms. I hate bugs.
So you should go today and buy like the pink lotion. I can't think. I think it's calamine.
Calamine lotion. I already have some.
Have it.
Have you
Oh,
seen
have
my
it at the house
children?
ready. Yeah, have it at the house ready for when you get home because the mosquitoes gonna tear y'all up. Y'all gonna have all those little red marks.
Those are the
all
kind of
over your
mosquitoes
arm.
that you like put on bug spray, and they're like, "Ooh, what flavor?"
Yeah, that's where you're going, man. You're going to that type of place. Don't worry. When I drive down, I'm gonna have hoodies and sweatpants on, bro. Like I don't play bug.
Yeah, see,
You just
that's what
ride
I
the
was
roads
thinking. I'm gonna
outside.
go some like straight up Dakar Noir and pager status, like just some light tracksuit, just rock that.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Adidas
Yeah,
tracksuit.
man.
Oh,
Stay away from bugs.
I should. Yeah, I think I need to get an Adidas tracksuit to go to the suit to go to the gym. I went to the gym with my workout buddy. So I decided I was because now I'm being stupid about like getting in shape and stuff. Just because it's like I'm working out, but kind of like just because I like it, I don't really have any goals or anything. So I'm like, I should have a goal instead of just like break your body down to the point of where it doesn't want to work anymore. So I told my wife, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna try and get in Top Gun shape. Like the Top Gun scenes. There's a scene in Top Gun in both of them where they're like, it's very intensely erotic type scene where they're playing like beach volleyball, and in the new one they're playing beach football. But if you've seen Top Gun, you know what Top Gun shape is. So I think I'm gonna go for Top Gun shape. It'll take a while, but at least I'll have something to aim for. So that being said, I go with my buddy who's Mr. Jim, like just does everything right, super jacked, pushes it to the limit. Fun guy to go to the gym with. Really, really one of my truly good friends. That being said, I don't know if you remember this. I have some pretty testicle forward boxer briefs. And I don't usually use the bench because I'm by myself. I use machines and free weights and stuff. And we weren't necessarily bench pressing, but we were using free weights on a bench. And so I was wearing those with some older, fairly thin basketball pants. So then when I lay down with those nut holders, like, I'm pretty exposed when I'm laying down at the bench, to the point where, like, I think I made him uncomfortable. Like, anytime I was doing my reps, like, he would just walk away from the area. I'm like, I don't know what to do, though. Like, I can't not be doing the workout. So I think I need to change my gym attire. I'm going to stand by the dumbbells, put out the vibe.
I mean, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Either that or it looks like I'm just really excited to be at the gym all the time.
Which would be kind of weird. So
that is very weird.
Please change your attire.
But what do I change it to?
I don't know, buddy. I don't work out. You see, I'm fat.
I can't see because number one, you're exercising while we're podcasting. Look at you go. You can't stop working out.
Man. I'm just old, so I gotta stretch every now and then.
See, you're stretching out those big muscles. It's hard. Keep a good man down like you.
Like, we're podcasting, but we also live real life in the middle of podcasting. Guess what? I quarter pain people, so I had to stretch it out. I love y'all though.
Oh, I caught a pain. All the time.
Man.
I know.
I don't tell you how old I am exactly, but I'm old.
Are you? I always forget. You're older than me?
I think so, yeah. And I disrespect my craft by not having my DAG jersey up when we started, so sorry to the people, but because I love that. That's my guy.
Really? Because like last week or the week before, you were talking a lot of shit about him.
I mean, he's not going to win a Super Bowl. I've given up on that, but for now, he's our guy. But he only makes 19 point something million next year, so he better play decent. They pay him the bulk of that contract. He's liable now. And liable means liable to get that ass cut if a better option comes along.
Well, the Cowboys
19 million is sweet money for a quarterback, buddy.
Yeah, they're probably just going to do that thing where they're like, oh, last year the contract and you're going to want a lot of money? Okay, we're going to just burn you into the ground, and then somebody else can have you.
I mean, this is a 5-year, but for real, it's a 2-year.
Right.
Because it's 5 years, I think, like 150, something like that. No. It was 5 years, 200, because he's getting 40 million per. But they paid him 75 last year.
Yeah, he got a ton up front.
Yeah, so like, yeah. And then this 19, that'll put him pretty much halfway through paying half the contract. Guarantees are paid for. Go out there and stink it up if you want to.
But isn't the last three? Don't the Cowboys have option on the last three?
I think it goes.
Or do they both have option on the? There's something weird.
I think they got I think it's a shared option.
Okay, because I know that it was front end loaded, and then it dips in the middle, and then on the back end it goes back up. Like, if he makes it that long, then he'll get repaid.
If he makes it past 3, 4, and 5,
yeah, 4 and 5 go back up. That's what I'm saying. Like, they might just burn him into the ground and then be like, all right, see you, bro.
So they made it so that he gets 40 million a year, but the first 120, it's broken down where it was 75.
It declines as it goes,
20, and then he'll go back up to the 40s to get the last 240s.
Yeah, it's like 38, 41, something like that, if I recall.
Yeah, but it's bargain at that point because by that time, everybody...
There will be $60 million quarterbacks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Justin Herbert will be a $60 million quarterback at that point.
Yeah, he's getting it depends on when he comes up. If he comes up in 2 years, he's got
That's what it's, it's disgusting to even think about. Oh, you know what else is super gross? I'll lead into this one. I do have honest kids. You're gonna see my boys soon. You got to see Mike check 1 too, with the older one.
My man Mick.
But my 3-year-old, soon to be 4, his new thing is he, like, anytime I see him, he just goes, "Nothing's wrong," and I'm like, oh god. Okay, so. As a parent, I just know that means he just did something that I probably won't like. Doesn't mean I necessarily won't like it, but, it's a 9-to-1 ratio on, this isn't going to be good.
This is gonna be good.
The only thing I could think of when I hear nothing's wrong is, please don't let there be shit involved. That's the only thing running through my head. There's nothing, like, as a parent, there's nothing worse than poop and puke. Because it's the only thing as a parent you can't half-ass. Like, you have to clean that up 100%. You can't just be like, I'll get to that later. Nope, there's no getting to that later. You have to clean the kid and everything that was messy now.
Right now.
And then yourself, because then you're going to be doused in all that ugliness. Oh, dude, did I ever tell you the fantasy football story with my older one?
No.
So, let me lay it out real quick as a quick little poop story. So a couple years ago, whatever it was. A couple of years ago. Little man, Connor, we're in the house that we currently have. Little man Connor, I think he's like 1.5, something like that. We're having our fantasy football draft that we've done with another family for many years. It's for money, all that kind of stuff. Dallas and I, my wife and I, have dominated these poor people for years. We've won like 7 out of 9 years or something like that. Like we crushed them. So we're going into the draft and they're all family and we lay down the baby. We're like, okay, we're going to draft at nap time. Perfect. This works out well. We scheduled our day around it. So we go start drafting. My wife's at one computer, I'm at the other, and I have the 10th pick out of 10 teams. So I have the swing. Somehow, in the draft, the thing happens where I get somebody that I never should have got because everybody's like, oh, the person behind me is going to take Patrick Mahomes or whatever. So there's no way they're going to keep falling. Like, they justify not picking the better player because at least they won't keep falling. So that just kept happening. So I ended up getting Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill back to back on my swing pick. So I'm like, okay, I basically just won the league. You guys are all morons. Go ahead and like auto draft if you like. There's only 10 teams and I got 2 of the top 10 players. All right, let's go. So we get halfway through the second round and the texts start coming through. Hang on, timeout. There was actually a trade of draft picks that never went through. We have to redraft. And I'm like, whoa. First of all, nobody told me you were able to trade draft picks. So why is it all of a sudden this is news that's how this is going down? So I'm pissed about that. Second, I go, wait a second. I already picked 2 players. Do I get those 2 players? And they're like, no, we're restarting. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to be so pissed if we restart and everybody doesn't pick the same players. Just so you know, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Like, you're not allowed to start a draft. Say somebody changed the draft order because you made a weird trade between brother and sister that nobody knew about. And then say we're going to restart. So they're like, okay, we need like 15 minutes to restart. I'm like, okay. I'm like furious. I'm like, okay, Dallas, I'm going to go get you coffee. Because I was going to make my 2 picks go grab her coffee. Because I had back-to-back and then a lot of time in between, you know? So I'm like, okay, let me get your coffee right now. I get back. It's all the first 5 picks all go the same. Okay, cool. And then pick number 8, somebody takes Patrick Mahomes. And I'm 10. I'm like, fuck this. I hate all you people. So I drafted like 12 kickers in a row and I quit the league. Like, fuck you guys. I'm not in. I'm not paying you. I'm not playing in this league. Don't ever invite me back.
These are family and friends though, bro.
So why are they going to do me dirty like that? Like, how? Okay, what would you do if somebody pulled a draft pick trade, which nobody's ever discussed this before, and then
it wouldn't go down.
Redrafted? So I just was like, oh, okay. And this is a league where it's like if you miss an extra point, you get -5. So I took the top 12 kickers And that's who I drafted. And I was like, fuck you guys. You can all get negative points every week. I don't give a shit. I was like, I'll just bench my team. You guys will all get negative points for your kicker. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not a bitter Betty at all.
No, very much. But I would have been pissed too. I wouldn't allow it to happen. We would have had to discuss it.
That was the thing. I was trying to actively like be in the text conversation, and it was like, unfortunately, the commissioner of the league is the little brother. I mean, granted, he's like, almost 30 now or something, but he's still the youngest of these 5 or 6, kids, and the parent, the dad, whatever. So it's like he was just getting tossed around like, no, we're doing this. And I was like, okay, well then I can't do this. Anyway,
I'm not doing it either.
Do you think that the Lightning can come back, switching up to the Stanley Cup Finals? The Tampa Bay Lightning can come back against the Colorado Avalanche? Avalanche are up 2-0 right now against the defending champs.
The Rangers were up 2-0. Yeah, they can come back.
Good, because that's what I bet on. After the Avalanche went up 2-0, I took the Lightning to win plus, I think they're plus 440 to win, and then I took them in the series because you could bet on the series too. So if they win 4 games to 2, it's plus 800, or 4 games to 3 if it goes to game 7, plus 1200. So I put a little side action on those two for fun.
There you go. Win 4 in a row, baby. That's like what they did versus the Rangers. That'll be some good money for you.
Yeah, what was not good money for me was the U.S. Open, or for me, it was the U.S. Close. Ooh, that was rough, buddy. So my main guy, Sungjae Im, didn't even make the cut. So I had flushed most of my, I would say not most, I would say probably half of my golf wagers down that I didn't even make it into the weekend. Which was also kind of nice, because if you are going to lose, it's better to know ahead of time, so I'm not just hanging on.
Yeah, you don't want one of those where they come down the stretch and then choke. You think you got the money, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was Jordan Spieth didn't do very well. Seamus Power, who was like my outside horse, who I had, he had a chance going into Sunday to like make a little run at it, and he starts off with a birdie. It's like, okay, now he's at even, and he's 5 shots back, and then it was like he just kind of steadied around 1 and 2 plus all day. So like even my top 5, top 10s, I pretty much flushed down the toilet. But Matt Fitzpatrick won. I did have him in a winning group. So I kind of made back maybe like a third of my losses on that one. Which, whatever. It was a tough one. It was a tough go. There was like 4 of the favorites didn't even make the cut. 4 of the top 10 favorites didn't even make the cut. So, interesting. Also interesting is the guy that won. He won a major. So one of the 4 major tournaments of the year for the PGA. He won $3.15 million. And just to reiterate, the guy that won the putt-putt thing for the LIV in London won 4.75. So the tournament that kind of nobody really knew about, cared about, the guy made $1.5 million more than like one of the biggest golf tournaments of the year in the PGA.
In America.
So, if anybody's looking for the next LIV tournament, it'll be next week in Portland, Oregon.
And they're coming to America? Oh, man.
Yeah, the second one's in Oregon. And then the third one is down the street from my house. Not really down the street. It's pretty far away, but drivable. At Trump National in Rancho Palos Verdes. And that's at the end of July. So,
oh man,
I might go to that.
There you go.
I might go just for shits and giggles, just to see what kind of crowd is there.
If I get some of that LIV money, I'll go too.
Shit. Oh man, the kind of gambling that's going to be in that crowd is going to be amazing. I bet you we could play dice on like the 16th hole.
Oh, probably so.
That would be rad. Oh, well, if you win that kind of money, I had this thought. Student athletes, if you're a student athlete, you should be required to take a money management course.
Yeah.
That should be like, you can't play whatever your sport is unless you take a money management course. Because here's the deal.
Absolutely.
You're either going to make it rich.
And it needs to be a part of the freshman curriculum.
100%, because these one and dones need to get it in.
And it's not even about no sports. We one and done. These kids, these YouTubers, and they're making a lot of money too, and they need to know how to understand it. And I know they.
Oh, you're just saying a part of the like 101 courses as a freshman, like Money Management 101. It's a required course.
It's a required course because all these young kids are finding different ways to make money, and they need to know what they're doing with it. Like, it's a lot of money to be made a lot of different ways, not just through school anymore. But if you sign up to go to college, it should be mandatory that someone tells you how to manage money, because you could wake up the next day and have a whole bunch of money that you don't know about. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like, these people, like, it's a lot of ways to make money these days, and people should know how to manage it. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Especially sports athletes, because it's either you're going to make it big and you need to know what to do with your money and not buy restaurants and car washes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or guess what, buddy? You're not going to make it. So you really need to be smart with your money, because you are not going to get the paycheck you think you're going to get, buddy. You're looking more of an office manager salary.
Or if they can add it to, because a lot of these kids, you got to think, even for football, when you got to stay 3 years, 5 and 4-star recruits now with the NIL stuff.
Right.
Like even if you're a very good tennis player picking to go to college to go to, the NIL was somebody's going to try to offer you the money to endorse their stuff in your big tennis matches, on your clothes, 100%. Whatever the case may be.
Well, so that's the thing. That's the thing about these big companies that a lot of people don't understand. These big companies, they say like fucking people are morons. But these, sports athletic companies like Adidas, let's say, just picking them out of the thin air, like, they'll still sponsor the kid that's pretty good. They're just only going to give them like $2,000.
Yeah.
And then the person that's really great, they're going to give $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's still going to get a piece of the pie. You're just, it's as good as you are is how much you're going to get paid. So like you're saying.
Also, they have to cover all their bases.
College is now, you can take college as a career.
Exactly.
It's the jumping off point to your career. It's a paid internship. So take your money management courses.
Absolutely, man. That's what it is. It's a paid internship. People are going to pay you to go to college and do whatever it is that you planned on going to college to do with their patch on your shoulder, driving in their car. Like the North Carolina guy who's probably not going to do that well in the NBA, but he's really good at playing college basketball. So now he used to drive around in a Porsche, and he's making all this little NIL money from these different people, and he'll probably be a second-round pick or something, maybe in the NBA. But they all went back, and now they're really popular because the run they made last year. So now people want to give them NIL money. I hope they took a money management course, because they went from being broke college kids to having hundreds of thousands of dollars. What do you do with it? Do you know what to do with it? Has someone told you what to do with it? Has someone talked to you? So, NIL is a great thing. Everybody's getting money, but I hope these people know. The dude from Ohio State, $2 million NIL deal, and he's transferred now.
Does he get to keep the money?
Well, hell yeah, he gets to keep the money. To hell with that Ohio car dealership who thought they had a job. I mean, that boy's gone.
Oh, that's going to get murky quick.
It ain't going to get murky because you the one who made the decision because he was a 5-star athlete. You thought he didn't want to. Well, guess what? He didn't want to stick behind another 5-star for 2 years. Did you think about that before you offered him the $2 million?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like these boosters that give up these, big paychecks, they're going to be like, hey, not all these people are nice people.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some losses along the way if you're going to be in that game, because That boy definitely
I'm
recently
just
he transformed.
honestly like, and this is not me foreshadowing. I hope it never happens, but a lot of people that get a lot of money, sometimes they had to, you know, be a little cutthroat about it. And if you're going to, quote unquote, steal from these people, I don't know. I'm just not, I'm looking
I mean, you gotta
to the
also
time
remember,
it goes sideways. And it's like, oh, okay, you're going to give me my money back or you're going to play for this school. Okay, then you're not going to play anywhere.
But you also gotta remember these are 17, 18, 19-year-old kids. So you also have to have that understanding that they can go to the school. Coach could not think they're as good as they thought they were or were ranked. They not play and wake up and say, well, I don't want to not play and go somewhere where I can play. Like that is part of it. Now you should write something in your contracts or whatever the case may be to cover your age.
I'm just saying, not all these people are nice people, and some of them are get pretty upset if they feel like somebody took advantage of them.
Well, I hope these kids got dads. Go ahead, try them.
Okay.
I mean, there's consequence. Everybody has consequences for their actions, man. It's not things are not one sided. Like,
all right, yeah, things aren't one sided, but some people only have one leg.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
yeah, did you know that Anthony Robles only has one leg?
No, who is Anthony Robles? That's the center fielder for the Nats.
No, good try. Oh, I like this game. Why don't you guess again? I'll give you 3 guesses. That first one sucked.
No, I know his last name is Robles. I didn't know his first name was Anthony or not.
No, Anthony Robles is a one-legged dude who was a college wrestler. I think he was a national champion at some point. But anyway, he's a one-legged guy who is attempting the all-time pull-up record. He's trying to...
That shouldn't qualify, sorry to say.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. So, if you only have one leg...
then that's not fair to the dude who has the record with 2 legs.
There you go. That's all I'm saying.
Like that's less body weight to pull up now.
There should be in a different Guinness Book of Records, right? Like they have Special Olympics, they should have, an asterisk.
It should be a full body. Yeah, it should be a full body person. Like I'm not with that. But that also now they're making
full body. What do you call people that are mean? Bigot?
Olympic sports like transgender. They're about to let men like this shit's about to get crazy, bro. Like this shit's about to get crazy, bro. Because if you naturally, we're on sports, so if you're naturally said no to allowing men and women to compete at the same sports at the same time because you know that there is a difference in anatomy. And this person's anatomy doesn't change because they decide to wake up. No, I'm not going to say that because some people might be offended by that. So I'm not going to offend anyone. That they are a woman trapped in a man's body, as some of them say. Transgenders might say. So I'm not going to say they woke up because some people believe that they were born that way. I don't have a theory on it one way or another. But with that being said, you were born a man. And they have agreed that men and women should not compete against each other because men are superior anatomically or anatomy-wise.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So why the hell is it okay for this person who was born a man and now go compete against a woman? Because they take hormone pills. Like, that's bull.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
And that's why she's breaking all the goddamn records. You want to know why she's breaking all the goddamn records? Because that's a man.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, everybody wants equality. And listen, that sounds great on paper. I am all for everybody being happy. I'm all for everybody encouraging and facilitating other people's happiness. However, I don't think everything should be fucking equal. Because if everything was equal... Listen, some people are too dumb to have certain jobs. We can't offer them the same position, okay? If you want equality in sports, the only way you're going to get it is to let everybody compete for the same thing. And then guess what? Everybody's going to be pissed because the black guy is always going to win the fucking race. And the white guy's always going to win the fucking shot put. And you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just how things are going to be if this is what you want to do. You know what, women? You got a good shot at the biathlon, the one where you ski and shoot. You guys got Ukrainian chicks. You guys run the roost on that thing. But if otherwise, we have to separately categorize this stuff. And that's all it is. There's different divisions in weight for different reasons, okay? Because if you had Demetrius Johnson, who's a badass motherfucker, but he's only 115 pounds fighting, I don't know, let's say Cain Velasquez, who used to be a bad motherfucker, still is, but not the same type of bad motherfucker. He's not the top of the food chain. He's going to kill Demetrius Johnson. There's a reason why there's different weight classes, okay? So if we want to muddy the gender waters here, that's how it's going to be. Everybody's going to compete for the same thing, or we have to have separate categories.
Yeah, well, and also they're talking about equality and fairness. It's not fair to those damn women.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not fair to two-legged people, Anthony Robles.
Or that. But yeah, there you go. Like, but yeah, it's not fair to those damn women that they're competing against. Technically, they're competing against a man. If we told the whole world they're not allowed to compete against men, which is why we have separate fucking sports at the Olympics, men and women sports, it is separated for a damn reason. And now you're letting, that's basically a crossover. And if you're going to let one person do it, you might as well just make this shit intergender.
That's what I'm saying.
Let the best person fucking win. Because that's bullshit. I'm sorry to say. I personally believe.
Yeah, if that's how you want to do it, then bust up the Olympics by weight class instead of gender. Yeah. Do it by weight class. Like there
you go.
There you go. Because they do have intergender like MMA fights. It's been done. Yeah. They have intergender boxing matches. Sometimes they're looked down on. Sometimes it's like, hey, this is good. This is progress. Let anybody fight anybody. So do it by weight class.
The same weight. If they're the same weight class and they want to fight each other, I ain't okay because they're both fighters.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you could do that with like track. You could do it with age
I'm sure
groups.
Those women would not agree to swim. If they had the choice to boycott that shit, they probably would. And you went to every woman who woman dilemma like, yeah, do we think it's fair for us to swim against this man who is now transgender?
So then why can't we just have three categories?
It was unfair.
Men, women, trans.
Let them swim against each other. I'm with you.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter which way you went. If you were a man and now you're transitioning to a woman, it's like you still have the initial anatomy. If you're a woman trying to be a man, hey, grab your nuts and let's go.
Well, now it's not there. They're going to be non-inclusive, so it's gonna.
But that's not non-inclusive. It's just a new division.
Yeah, I mean, but they're going to try to think like.
But that'll create a division between us, Mike. Well, fuck, really man. The Dodgers can't play the Yankees every day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not really trying to separate y'all. I'm just more on the basis of fairness.
I
don't believe that it's fair.
I'm trying to separate to take clean, like it takes the argument out of it. Like,
that's why the movie Joanna Man was made, and she ended up going to jail. Because you know why? It's not fair. You can't do shit like that.
I never saw Joanna Man. I never saw Wong Foo. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Never saw that one either.
Wong Foo.
Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You say that like it was obvious. That came out when we were like pre-teens. I mean, I'm just saying it's obvious in my, where I grew up and my people. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because wasn't Wesley Snipes one of the people?
Yeah, Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. It was John Leguizamo, like Kurt Russell.
I don't know why we've all seen it. I don't know.
I haven't seen it. I just said, is it worth watching?
No, I'm talking about me and my homies and where I grew up. Like why we've all seen it. It's a decent movie.
It's because it's Wesley Snipes, man. Dude, at the time when that came out, they were trying to put like big actors together because they're like, if we're gonna pull this off, we need big names. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, definitely makes sense. It was decent. Wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. Wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen.
All right. I see. I don't know if you saw. I got trimmed up. I got bearded up a little bit. I see you're looking clean. Yeah,
finally. It took me forever.
Oh.
I'm Barbara.
It's also taken you forever to pay up on your bets, since now the NBA Finals is over. Golden State Warriors beat the Celtics. So if you listen to me from the beginning, then you could have made a lot of money.
Golden State didn't beat the Celtics. The refs did, but we want to keep this party going.
Okay, let's say this. The Golden State Warriors are your NBA champions this year.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. So from the start of the playoffs, I was saying Golden State and beat Boston. But again, the odds weren't that great. But if you put some money on it, good for you. We did have our bet, which Mike he loves welching on bets. That's his deal. I
don't welch on any bets. The ear thing, I haven't seen you since.
So far, you're 1 for 3 on delivering on your punishments. Okay, and you're 0 for 3 in defeating me in bets. I am undefeated against you.
It's because you always pick the easy route, man.
I picked the easy route. You don't agree to a bet unless you think you're going to win, Mike. That's how bets work.
Nah, sometimes you take a risk for the thrill of betting.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, first of all, you're the one. Okay, so first bet was fantasy football, and you came through on that. I changed your team name because your team was dog shit. I beat you in the regular season.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dax Dingleberries.
I should have won.
You should not have won. I won the entire league. I beat the pants off of everybody, so don't worry about that. I
should have won that game, but go ahead.
Okay, so you paid up on that one. Good for you. That's still a loss, though. Second loss was... What was the second loss?
Fucking sorry ass...
It was a season-long NFL bet. See, I can hardly remember. It was so long ago I won this bet. It was a season-long bet against Matt Stafford having over under 4,500 passing yards, which he went over.
I wouldn't say went over, but he went over.
He went over by a couple hundred yards.
Was it really a couple? No, I don't know about that.
I think it was like 180.
Oh,
like right around. Whatever. It was good enough to win the bet, and so that punishment. Mike has never. Heard the thing.
Ain't played 16 games all his life. He played 17 games this year.
But he had it in 16. Is my point. He had it.
He ain't played. Did you not hear me? He hasn't played 16 in his whole life.
Oh.
And this year he played 17.
Obviously, I didn't hear you. I thought you were talking about the games of the season.
If he play anything less than 16, I win the bet. Which he's always done his whole career. But this year, because I bet against him, to hell, man.
He also had a way better offensive line than he's ever had.
No, he got hurt twice. He couldn't. Usually he sit out. For some reason this year, his punk ass played through it. To hell with Matt Stafford. And he's going to stink next year. I'm telling you now. And the Rams are going to stink.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
I would think so. But so anyway, so that one, Mike has never put a Q-tip in his ear because he was told when he was a child, nothing bigger than your elbow or something.
Nothing. The only thing going in your ear is your elbow. And your elbow can't reach your ear, bro.
Yeah, but that's only something you're supposed to tell children until they're good enough size and their brains are developed and they can know.
Something else that I was told that I didn't realize was the same thing. Some of your parents just trying to keep you from doing shit that you shouldn't do. The whole don't turn on your light in your car shit. But that's the reason for the cops to pull you over. Your parents never told you that? Clearly you're not black. Like, our parents clearly didn't want us getting pulled over, so they told us not to do anything that could possibly lead us to not getting pulled over, aka taking our attention off the road to do other shit, which is why you cut the light on because you were looking at something else or something. Yeah. So I was growing up, I was told you cut that light on opposed to pull you over, which is why you never cut it on. And
see, I get that. No. See, it's not bullshit.
Police ain't pulling you over for cutting that light on. It's
Correct. However, the principle of, don't bring unnecessary attention to yourself. I get that. The consequence was extreme that they was correlated to it. I get that.
Yeah, so there's the second thing that I learned that was complete bullshit, but I lived like it was true.
So we're gonna get Mike nice and cleaned out, like proper. He's gonna get his ears cleaned for the first time. The ear thing is just because
I haven't seen you. It's not because I'm ducking now.
I know.
The shaving thing I need assistance with because I'm a 40-year-old man who's never shaved himself. So
he's got some razors that finally showed up. He's got an assistant on the way. We're gonna do this proper. Are you gonna do so? So since you have an assistant, are you gonna do like the ballerina stretch where you put like one leg up on the counter and then just have them get up under the backside of your balls and asshole? How are you? I want. Can they wear a goggles and a GoPro?
No, it'll probably be more so like a waxing strip. Maybe I'll just do my ass.
Oh, you're gonna. Ooh, okay. Do me a favor. If you do wax, put all the wax and paper on before you try one.
What? The fuck?
Put it all on
What
just
is
because
this?
I don't want you to do one and then not keep going.
No, I'm not doing wax my whole. Only thing I would actually wax is my ass because I want nobody shaving my ass. But that's it. Like,
Yeah, because that you don't
rest
want
of it
a
is
prickly
just
asshole. That'd be bad. Especially the way that you eat. Woo, doggy.
Oh, bro, you too funny.
So what are you gonna do? Like bend over, touch your toes? How are you gonna get? What's your strategy?
What do you mean? What's my strategy? I don't have no strategy. It's another person.
You fucking need a strategy. I know, but what are you
When it comes to
gonna?
my ass, I'm probably gonna wax it. I said. Like, it's
Okay,
just
but
gonna be a strip
with
and snap.
the other person helping, like, how are you gonna stand? Where are they gonna be in relation to you? Are you
They
gonna
don't
be
need
face to
They
face?
don't need to. Yes, they don't. All they gotta do is put the shit on my ass and snatch it off. They don't need to see.
Oh, you're gonna
What
do
hell
the
are you
rest?
looking for? What do you mean the rest? The rest of my body they can shave from the front of me. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay,
bro?
but I'm saying like, okay, you know that little strip of barber's leather between your nutsack and your asshole?
It's a woman. She can shave anything.
Yeah,
on me
but
if she wants. Like, I'm
how
not
are you going to
looking-
position yourself to allow her to get there?
I'm gonna stand up and she's gonna maneuver.
You're gonna
herself
stand
to
up
get
like
there.
you just
Like,
completed a jumping jack with your
I'm gonna
legs
stand up.
spread. How are you?
I'm gonna move accordingly to need to be moved, so she can do what she needs to do, bro. Like,
Mike,
not
I'm just
gonna-
saying, if you don't have a
You know,
plan for somebody
compromising.
to cut near your privates, you are a sadly mistaken little man.
bro. Like, I'm 40. She's gonna take care of, do what she needs
I
to do.
know,
That's
but
it.
I don't like. What about those
Ain't
hard
no
to reach
planning,
places?
Then I'll move accordingly at that time. But I ain't like planning it.
Oh, dude, you're gonna
Ain't
be
no
in some
plan to
precarious positions that you don't even realize.
I don't think it's that. I don't think I'll be in any too weird position. But whatever.
Have you? Here's the thing: you've never shaved before,
No.
so you don't understand. I have. I'm telling you, I know from experience, dude. This is gonna be a lot more difficult than you're anticipating, even with help. Actually, with assistance, it's going to be a lot easier. But you still have to, like, move in different ways to not cut areas of your body that aren't smooth and straight.
I understand that, but I don't think it's gonna be that. I don't think it'll be that.
All right. I'll let you off the hook. I'm tingling with anticipation as to hear how this goes. I love the fact that you think it's going to be nice and easy. Mike, you're going into with the confidence of every bet that you and I have made. And you see how that's worked out for you. So I can't wait to hear the back end of this.
No, you get like lucky on bets. Like, it's not like you
Yeah.
like the the Golden State bet. Luka was up 20 points they should have won that game.
One game.
If they win that game, they win the series.
But they
Period.
didn't.
They didn't. So there's nothing to talk about. Well, if they win that game, they definitely win the series.
Yep. And then that one time you played me that one game of fantasy football, another lucky day.
No, your team was better than mine in fantasy football. I'll give you that. I'll give you the fantasy football win. But the Luka thing is
Matt Stafford
thing
puts up a season-long amount of stats. That was a fluke. I always went on flukes, Mike. It's really hard.
The fluke part is he got it in game 16, and he's never played 16 in his whole career, ever. Go sign me a season where Matt Stafford played all 16. It doesn't exist, except for the year I bet against him. It doesn't fucking exist. He takes a game off for any Nick, Cook, and Cranny any other season. The season I bet against him, he doesn't. Whatever.
Whatever indeed. Well, speaking of cookie crannies, I've been watching Iron Chef. Iron Chef's back. It's on Netflix.
I just started that. I've never seen the first one, so this is my first time watching it.
Iron Chef. So Iron Chef. I think my mom used to watch it. We used to watch a lot of cooking shows, but we used to watch like Great Chefs of New Orleans and San Francisco and things like that on PBS. But Iron Chef, it was a culinary cooking show competition that started in Japan, I believe. And then they brought it Iron Chef America. And it's awesome. I've been watching it for decades. And they brought it back to Netflix. So now they have this new series that basically it's just the same exact show. They have a couple little twists in it which are weird, which I don't really care for because it's like, dude, this is good enough as is. Just go. These people are doing insane masterpieces in an hour and whatever. So it is a lot of fun, and now the camera quality is way better than it used to be, so it's a lot of fun. I enjoy Iron Chef. I'm very pumped that it's back. So you started watching that. That's excellent. What else are you watching?
Yes. Nothing new, man.
Did you clean up anything?
I haven't finished anything. I have not finished anything. I actually, I started watching Iron Chef. What else?
How'd you like it?
I just watched the first, Iron Chef?
Yeah.
Just like the first couple episodes. I'm just getting started. It's good. It's just like another cooking show, but I love food, so.
Yeah. It's just, if you've never seen Iron Chef, it's a different little.
And then what was I watching? I was watching something that I just started.
Prehistoric Planet?
No. What the hell is that?
It's a dinosaur show on Apple Plus that I'm going to plug every week until it's not on here. It just keeps coming up. Keeps coming up.
Hey, you see the name of it, right? Prehistoric Planet, like something that was here before the planet was here. You know what else? You know what that makes that? Bullshit.
Ooh. Because if history is history and it's before history, then it's make believe.
Duh. How the hell you know about it if it's before the planet? Just tell me. How do you predate something before the planet? Because you just go find artifacts artifacts.
Yeah, I mean there is science.
There was no planet.
Yeah, they can carbon date things, but
with no planet. Where was it at then? Where did it come from? Where did it come from, Brandon? If there was no planet?
No, okay, so God damn it, Mike. So we were about to wrap, but now we can't. Prehistoric history is man-made documentation of what people think happened. So if it's before, prehistory is pre-man. So before man was documenting what they thought they saw, or what they wanted people to remember, or what they wanted people to think.
Before the history of the planet, though.
No.
That's what it's saying. Prehistoric planet. So
saying the planet before the history of man.
Yes, there's no planet.
Yes, there is a planet before the history of man. Prehistoric planet. So it's prehistoric is the adjective. It's describing the planet.
So if there's no one here to tell us about who.
If it was called Stinky Planet, you wouldn't be like, yep. It's prehistoric. It's describing.
It's not real. That's what it is. It's make believe. It's a make believe life. It's the life that people just put together because no one was here to validate it or argue with them on what they're going to say. So they say stuff like, "Oh, we found this bone and it tells us that this happened," and we all just believe it. When in actuality, it's just them making shit up.
Do you think that people that believe we're in a simulation play The Sims?
You said what?
Do you think that people believe that we are in a simulation, life is a simulation? Do you think they play The Sims?
Whoever, I don't know, but they'd be dumb because I can punch them in their face and tell them, this ain't no simulation. You feel the pain? I mean, there's real pain here. Now, yes, there might be an afterlife and life goes on again. And so this is kind of like a precursor or something of that nature because I believe in God. And so I believe in afterlife and so on and heaven. So, yes, I can see looking at it from that angle, thinking something of that nature. But this ain't no simulation because I can punch you right in your face and you're gonna feel it. When there's pain involved, that ain't simulated. So let's just clear that up now.
Dinosaur bones aren't simulated. All right, enough of the fucking dinosaurs.
Dinosaur bones are not simulated, so they go pull up some shit out the ground. But like I say all the time when we have this argument, if your entire job is to do that, then whenever you go out looking for bones, there should be somewhere there to document this process. This is all you do.
They do.
This is your job. There's not. When you go find bones, we just see the bone in the museum. We never see the process.
That's just not true.
We already had this argument. So YouTube someone finding a bone and
it's
let them
everywhere.
I've YouTubed it. There's no video of you following them and then randomly finding a bone. Bruh, it's not. I
think the government is controlling your YouTube searches because you can watch archaeological digs on the internet. There's videos all over the place.
No, archaeological digs is something that they start to do after they so-called found a bone. I'm talking the process of looking for and randomly finding the bone.
They have documentaries on like, we've been digging in this desert for fucking 18 years, haven't found anything. Today we found a knuckle. Oh my gosh. Yes, snooze fest.
We found a knuckle.
But that's exactly what you're saying. You're doing the thing like I'm arguing with somebody who doesn't want to accept that the thing that you said, I just said they do, and then you're like, no, not good enough.
I didn't find. I googled it, didn't find. And if they do, there might have been one person, and this is the one person who finds all the bones. Because there are a lot of people there are a lot of archaeologists.
It's not Where's Waldo going around picking up dinosaur bones.
Why don't they all do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they try. That's like saying, why doesn't everybody make it to the NBA?
No, it's not. No,
it takes skill, luck, timing.
Everybody that's good in the NBA, if they leave their house, somebody's recording it. It's nothing that LeBron can't leave his house right now.
Just because your internet doesn't.
What I'm saying is,
I don't know.
LeBron is the greatest basketball player in the world right now, which means that he's that popular. He can. If you are the greatest archaeologist in the world, or top 5, whatever you may be, then every time you leave the house, you should be recording that shit.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Mike, dinosaur bones aren't sexy. They don't sell.
Sexy ain't the point. It ain't about the point or selling.
Yes, it is. Because if nobody wants to consume it, a lot of people are fascinated with LeBron James. Not a lot of people are fascinated with dinosaur bones, especially the people that find them.
Not fascinated with him, but he should be able to record it. Everything he do, he can make an Instagram and record every time he going looking for bones. Instagram should be flooded because all he should be doing every day, 365 days a week, or whatever his damn schedule is looking for bones. That's all he do. That's his job.
All right, fine. Well, you don't have to look for bones.
Might be.
Oh, stop it with the bones. Let me tell you what I watched 2/3 of a movie, which is a pretty good ratio for me. Cha-Cha Real Smooth on Apple Plus. It was
Cha-Cha Real Smooth.
Really?
Is that about the dude who made that movie, that dance?
No. It was really good. It's about
he was a drug kingpin.
It's about some kind of fucking loser guy that ends up being like a party starter for bat mitzvahs and meets a lady who has an autistic daughter, and they end up hanging out and becoming all this weird thing. So it's actually a really good movie. I enjoyed it. I only got through 2/3 because I fell asleep. We put it on at like 10 o'clock at night, and that's just... I got coffee. I was like, okay. It was like we put the kids to bed. It was like 9:30. We wanted to watch a movie. It was like, are we going to try and watch a movie tonight? And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, screw it. Let me go get some coffee and some cake, and I'll make it through this movie. So I went and got some Starbucks, and then I got 2 slices of cake, like 2 big slices of cake. And then I got a package of 4 eclairs. And then I also... Like the donut eclair on top of cake, or eclair like ice cream? No. So it's like, I got 2 pieces of cake. Like if you got a triangle wedge of cake like they serve at the store, So it came in a 2-pack. So I just got the 2. It was like some Italian cream cheese frosting cake. I don't know, it looked good, so I grabbed that. And then they had eclairs, like the regular pastries, like the oval rectangular style ones with the chocolate on top and the cream inside.
Cannoli eclair.
Yeah. And then my wife had been talking about Nutter Butters the other day, so I was like, oh, let me go grab a Nutter Butter because I love Nutter Butter. It's one of my favorites. And so I go over there, and the cheapest pack is the family pack. So then I got all this home, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to sip my coffee, whatever. And then turns out my wife wants 2 bites of eclair. That's all she wants. So then I just had to eat the rest. And mind you, I ate all that within about an hour and 15 minutes because I fell asleep during the movie. So, and since my wife wasn't eating it, I was eating it like a weird, like I was almost like hiding it, but even though I wasn't, I just didn't want to eat it in front of her because that's just kind of rude. So I was like walking up, eating like a piece of cake in the kitchen, and then walking back to the couch, sitting down for 10 minutes, get up, eat like 2 eclairs, go sit back down, drink a soda. It was a wild time, but great movie. My wife endorses the whole movie all the way. I endorse 2/3 of it. So there you go. Check that one out. Also, this week you can check out our Spotify playlist. This week is going to be B.B. King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Switched it up on you at the last minute. We're going to see our friends, and it was apropos. Do you like B.B. King?
I want to learn how to play guitar. B.B. King pretty nice, but I want to learn how to play guitar.
I could play Enter Sandman. So do you know what BB King's guitar he calls his guitars?
BB King.
Lucille.
Kings of BB.
Lucille is what he calls his guitars. And do you want to know why, or do you not care? Well, I'm going to tell you anyway, Mike. So back in the day, BB King was doing a gig at like a barn type area, because back in the day, that's where people would go and hang out and party. So he's playing in a barn, everybody's drinking, dancing, having a good time, and the way that they had this barn lit, or this bar, whatever it was a trash can full of kerosene on fire. So 2 guys get in a scrum while he's on stage playing. They knock this thing over. The place goes up in flames. BB King runs out. His guitar, which was apparently $15, doesn't sound like much at the time. That was probably equivalent of like $100 today, maybe $150. He ran back in to get his guitar. Now, there are also 2 people in there that died. I don't know if he had the opportunity to save them or not, but he went in and grabbed that guitar. Now, the reason why it's named Lucille and why he's had 14 Lucilles to date is because the name of the woman that the 2 men were fighting over was Lucille. So he said, as a reminder to never put himself in that type of situation, he always wanted to have Lucille by his side.
It's easy to not put yourself in that type of situation. You find out your girlfriend's cheating, you leave. You don't leave her, you at least, you know what I'm saying, don't be fighting over it. If you're going to accept what she's done, then you accept that shit on your own terms. Don't take it out on that man. Only time you fight over a girl is if you're not fighting over the girl, you're fighting over the disrespect. Like if somebody who know you're dating a girl still tries to hit on that girl, and he really gives no fucks about you as a person, then you should punch them in the face.
Yeah. Well,
there's a respect to that. But
there's always that. Yeah. Don't fight over a chick, fight for a chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not fighting over a chick who actually wanted to date you or wanted to give you the goods. Like, why would I beat you up? She was grown and she made a decision. All righty. Decision made.
Decision made.
Can't do nothing about that.
So, all right. Well, you need to make your decision on when you're going to try and see us because we're bringing our family to the East Coast and we want to see you. So hopefully,
I told you I'll probably drive down.
well, don't tell everybody. I'm just trying to tell you I can't wait to see you. We got to wrap this show up somehow, and you wanted to tell people to fight. So I don't know what to do now. We're stuck in purgatory. Tell me something funny.
I don't want to tell nobody to fight ever. Do not fight unless you have to.
See? See? We were almost there, and then you brought us right back. How do you feel about this gal, Marilyn Monroe? Let's do a little improv. See this? Where is she?
I see her. Your thumb is pretty much right there, but yeah. Hey, Marilyn Monroe is the beast. She like dated the president, bro. She's the winner.
Okay. If you were president and you wanted somebody to sing you happy birthday, who would it be? But it was in like a sexy, sauntry way.
Yeah, not Aretha Franklin.
Not Aretha Franklin. Well, she's also dead. That'd be hard.
My choice would probably be Aretha. Not Aretha. My choice would probably be Alicia Keys, but I don't want her singing to me in a sexy, sultry way. She's a whole married woman.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So like
Adele, not married, and she can sing her ass off.
Okay, but what about like? Okay, so this was like Marilyn Monroe was like with JFK, kind of like I'm hitting on you in front of your wife, type of a deal. So if there's gonna be a celebrity to hit on you in front of your wife, would you want it to be like? Would J-Lo be your Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can hit on me, but I'm not. If I'm married, I'm not disrespecting.
I know, but I'm just saying, who is your Marilyn Monroe?
J-Lo is my Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, J-Lo, BB King, Stevie Ray Vaughan, East Coast, West Coast, airplanes, trains, and automobiles. Everything's going on. We're mixing it up, throwing it in a blender. A little helter-skelter, but we're still here. I love you, Mike. I can't wait to see you. I hope it's before the next time we record.
Love you too, my guy.
All right, everybody be good to each other. Don't be dicks. Yeah, we love y'all. Have a good week. All right, safe travels to us. We'll be back next Thursday every time. Later.
For sure.